Welcome here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. We're on site on location at Alfred University as Dan Tortora Broadcast Media and Wake Up Call make history for a media day unlike any other ever here at Alfred University, with the football team being able to sit down with me and do these interviews for the first time historically, which I'm very honored and privileged to be able to do that in our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership. I am picture in picture right now here in person. Look at this. It's real. Remember that COVID time? You could do this now. So Nathaniel Castellanos, aka Nug, is here with me, the center of the team. And Nathaniel, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing well. I was told you did your hair for me. Is that true or is it a lie?
I did it for the whole media day, so I guess technically, yeah.
So technically it's for me a little bit. So do you typically do it this way or are there different styles?
So when I initially grew it out, this was the idea to start doing cornrows again.
Okay.
Kind of gotten away from that for a while, so maybe after the football season I'll go back to it. But yeah.
The cornrows underneath the helmet feels okay?
Last time I did it, it felt pretty tight, so I'll have to see tomorrow.
You have to see how it feels.
Yeah.
If you don't have it in the cornrows, how crazy is the hair?
If I actually take care and condition it, it'll be like nice and flat. It'll be fine.
Okay.
If I don't, it's afro.
Okay. So have you ever tried to do the helmet with the afro?
Oh yeah, no, it happens pretty much regardless. At
Okay.
that point, I just got to find wherever the wind's blowing, face that way. After the wind, blow the hair back and put the helmet on.
So for you, does it provide more cushion? Does it feel nicer when you have the fro out?
Sometimes. Like the only thing that gets annoying is if the hair is in your face.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's fine. I got used to it by now.
Have you ever had hair come out the back where someone's tried to pull it as part of the jersey?
Not yet. No.
Okay, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
We don't want to go there because it's considered part of the uniform if it's out there.
Oh yeah.
So, and I think Troy Polamalu is the one that dealt with that when guys could grab him in the open field, which is crazy to me. So your nickname's Nug.
Yep.
How? Where did that come from?
Okay, so it actually goes to before I was born. I was actually Nug before I was ever Nathaniel.
Okay.
So, before I was born, my mom got the ultrasound. She looks on the screen. She sees this big ball on the screen. She says, "Oh my God, look at that Nug," and it's stuck with me ever since.
So before you were born, you had your nickname.
Yep.
I don't think a lot of people can say that their nickname pre-existed them. Do you like Nug?
I had issues with it when I was a kid, but growing up to it, I've learned to embrace it.
Is that what mom calls you?
That's what everyone.
So everybody calls you that.
Oh yeah.
So does anybody on the team, coaches, anyone call you Nate, Nathaniel, Nathan?
They mainly call me Nugget, or Chicken Nugget.
Okay.
And usually if they do refer to me by my actual first name, it's usually like Nate or Nathan. Yeah.
How often have you heard Nate or Nathan at Alfred?
Quite a bit. Usually when Coach Rank will introduce me to some a new player or it's an official, something like that, they refer to me as Nate. Nathan's one I haven't heard for a while.
Okay.
But other than that, it's usually hey, this is Nate, aka Nug.
AKA Nug. So which one do you like, Nugget, or Chicken Nugget?
I think I got used to the nugget by now.
Nugget?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like when your mom said Nug, it was because you look like a little nugget.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So, I feel like Nuggets, it works. It's good. Chicken, who calls you Chicken Nugget?
My mom, mainly, so I'm originally from Florida, so mainly people down in Florida call me Chicken Nugget.
Okay.
And then there was just a whole bunch of other nicknames that spread from that. One time I remember I got actually run the ball for a game, so I became the Nugget Express. Yeah, everything is worse than that.
The Nugget Express. I love that. That's really cool. So you're originally from Florida, you said?
Yeah.
What part?
So I'm around the Clearwater area. I'm literally the next city under it, Largo.
Okay. Yeah, I know Largo. Actually, yeah, I talked to some recruits from down in Largo area, Largo High School. So
Okay.
did you go there?
I went to Pinellas Park High School,
Okay.
which is in Largo, which is weird, but
So you're down in Largo, Clearwater area.
Yep.
So I've lived down there before. Florida's the second hub of my company, second hub of Wake Up Call. And I've done a ton of work either through colleges, high schools, or professional teams.
Mhm.
Being from Florida, how would you describe the Clearwater area?
The actual Clearwater area, it's gotten a lot busier, I would say, especially as of late with the whole mass immigration. Migration, like going down there. Things got like a lot busier. Traffic is ridiculous now. Things got like a lot more expensive,
Yeah.
which is why I like recently moved up here. But other than that, I like the area. It's still home to me. Like I still consider it my home. The one thing I do not miss though is the heat.
You missed the heat. Yeah. Had you ever seen snow before you came here?
No, I haven't.
So what was your first experience of snow like?
Oh, so it was when I was on my visit up here, and I just remember like being like, oh, because it was a very beautiful thing. And then I came up here, and when I came up here to like actually go to college, it was like, oh my God, this kind of sucks.
So you chose Alfred University,
Yeah.
but coming from down in Florida, why did you choose Alfred?
So the first thing that like stuck out to me was the actual school itself.
And you were living in Florida when you,
Oh yeah, so this is like the only time that I actually like truly used Twitter was for recruitment.
Yeah.
The old line coach at the time, Coach Quasar Hampton, reached out to me. So I started looking into a school. And yeah, I saw that the business school was one of like the top in the entire country, like top 100 in the world actually. So that was the first thing that put me onto the school. And then when I actually visited and like did everything with the football team, I just remember like going to other places and it was strictly business, which is fine. But I remember coming here and these guys are arguing about which pizza place has the better pizza.
so to you, it was more than just business.
Oh yeah. It was like relaxed, like felt like a family up here, which is why I ultimately chose to come here.
So you're down in Florida, you see Alfred on Twitter when you're going through your recruitment and whatnot. How did, like you said, coach reaches out, often the old offensive line coach reaches out to you, you build that connection. What about it made you like, what inside of you made you feel like, okay, you know what? I'm going to come up the coast over 1,000 miles away to see what Alfred's all about. Like what pushed you to do it?
So yeah, at that point it was mainly just the actual school itself.
Yeah.
So initially I was doing a whole bunch of camps for like the Ivy League schools, Harvard, Yale, and actually the first school up here that actually found me was Ithaca. So it was really like between Ithaca and Alfred at the time. And yeah, I just like Alfred more.
Yeah. So you talked about why, because it wasn't strictly business, feels like a family. When you left your visit here, did you know?
Oh yeah, I know.
So how quick did you make your decision?
So the second I got back home from the flight, me and my parents talked about like how was the visit and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then my dad asked me, "Did you make the decision?" I'm like, and I told him, "No, I did. I have," and texted coach right then and there, and I committed to the team.
So your parents were like hands off. They said, you know, it's your decision.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Would you choose Alfred again?
Yeah, yes, I would.
Yeah.
I don't know, like especially with like all the football guys and everything like that. Towards the end of high school, I was feeling kind of burnt out with football. So these guys definitely taught me how to have fun with the sport again, and just definitely loved up here with these guys.
Well, and when you're down in Florida, the entire country is recruiting the state of Florida.
Yeah.
So when you got burnt out of it, did you come to Alfred and fall in love with it again? And if you did, how?
So I did once I started practicing with the guys, and at first it was just like the whole vibe of the place. Like it wasn't, once again, it just wasn't strictly business. So we were having fun playing football. And just like hanging out with the guys in the locker room, or even like out on the field. Even if we are talking football, it's usually like it's just a lot more fun. And yeah, it just slowly like started growing back on me, like starting the freshman year. It's like now, like back in like Florida practices were like kind of. I never really looked forward to practicing, especially for because of how hot it was down there. But also, just like so I was getting burned out, and so coming up here, I remember just like having fun with the practices again, and that feeling was kind of like amazing, like almost like recapturing my love for the sport again.
So, and I love that, and I'm happy that happened here for you at Alfred, that you have the love for it again. You playing center, when did you start to go, okay, you know what, offensive line's for me? did you kind of just have a coach go, you're playing offensive line, or did you want to play offensive line?
So coming in, they gave me the option to play offense and defense.
Okay.
The reason I chose the O-line is because I knew that's where I was better at. And I knew I could help the team more on the offensive line than the defensive line. So it's just kind of something like I knew like my entire life growing up that I was going to be an offensive lineman.
Playing center, you are of integral importance. You are right in front of the quarterback. You're snapping the ball. And the thing that I don't think people talk about enough is all the offensive linemen have to block, but you have to snap and block immediately. Your change is instantaneous. It's got to be split second. How have you gotten down the ability of hiking that ball correctly and making sure you get it out to your quarterback? And as soon as you kind of look, you see what's going on, you hike it, and then you get your hands out. How have you mastered the technique of being fast enough off the ball with your hands?
I believe so. Well, maybe not mastered, but I definitely gotten really good at it. The way I was able to do that was actually because of our old tight ends coach, believe it or not. He used to play center, so he took me and all the other centers under his wing and just like perfect the snaps. Because 2 years ago, the snaps were not pretty here, like other than our starting center. So I believe once I got everything down with him, I haven't had an issue with like any bad snaps throughout this entire season. Only had one bad snap last season, so hopefully no good bad snaps this season.
All right, fair enough. Well, we're gonna play rapid fire. So we get 3 questions apiece. You get to start. Anything in the world.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Start with a simple one. If you can go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Italy and Spain to go see my family.
Okay, that was nice.
So, all right.
That was too nice.
My question for you. So Castellanos, this is not my question. It's going to build into my question. What's your nationality?
I am mainly Honduran, also a bit of Cuban and Costa Rican, just mainly Honduran.
Okay, so mainly Honduran. Have you been back to Honduras?
I have not.
You have not. Would you like to go?
I would, but I also know Honduras at least used to be the murder capital of the world. So I would definitely need like my grandfather, which still lives down there, to definitely guide me through that area.
So do you get to see him at all? Does he come visit?
Oh yeah. So he actually does live up here. It's just
Okay.
every once in a while he goes back down to Honduras to visit. Sometimes for like years at a time. So I do see him pretty often. Well, now they moved up to New York, I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but I do get to see him pretty often.
Okay, that's good. Make sure you spend time with your grandparents.
Oh yeah.
If I can impart any wisdom, it'll be to love them up as much as you can for as long as you can. What's your second question?
Okay. All right, what is your opinion on the Alfred University football program?
It's, I'm getting to know it. I think that from afar, you kind of learn something about there's got to be a reason why people from central and upstate New York, where I'm from, are going here. Right. And then you have Coach Rankle. It's unheard of to have a head coach in football in any division stay somewhere for over 2 decades. And I know this is year 25. So I think having longevity with a coach and consistency in that respect, I love your facility. I love the walk down through the forest and like turning that corner on the walkway, and then it just opens up to the field. I think is a beautiful selling point to Alfred. And I think the personalities of you guys, doing this has been so much fun for me. So I could say that I'm excited. The more I learn about you all, the more excited I am, but I'm 1000% cheering on the Saxons this year.
Alrighty.
So, all right, Nug. Okay, I know I want to ask you about because it's looking at me. So I want to show this here. So this tattoo.
Yep.
We have what looks like a soldier.
Yep.
Holding on to 3 tags here. Why this tattoo and what are we holding on to here?
All right, so the tags are the names of all my family members that have served in the military.
Okay.
So it's my uncle, my grandfather, and my great grandfather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I initially drew this up. This was actually supposed to be my second tattoo. There's more to it on my chest. There's like American flag on there. So I have big respect for like the troops and everything like that. and I have like a serious pride in this country and everything like that. So having like my family members, serving in the military was just a big thing for me. And I just wanted to kind of like always like memorialize them. Now, my uncle is still with us, but obviously my great grandfather, my grandfather have since passed on. So just like keep on like the family name, and it's just always like, basically just kind of like, how do I say it? Wear my heart on my sleeve, I guess.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So, and this is kind of a to be. You said that you have so much, kind of passion and appreciation for this country, for the troops. Why?
I guess it's just the way I was brought up. I kind of like something similar with like the AAU football team. I have pride's like one of like my biggest values.
Yeah.
I have serious pride in the Alfred University football team because I'm a part of it. So the same thing with the country. I have serious pride in this country because I'm a part of it. And I guess that's just basically it.
Yeah, I like it and I can appreciate it. And I think we need to hear more of it and show more of it. So I thank you for that. Last question, Doug. What do you got?
Oh, I was building something up and I lost it. Okay, another simple one. What do you do with your free
What do I do in my free time?
time?
I play with my dog, Lily, who's my daughter. She's awesome. She's Cuban. She's a Havanese, so they're from Havana. And then so I play with Lily, take walks, listen to music, sing, and I collect sports cards. I would say I've always done that. So
Alrighty.
I'll say that. All right, Nug. All right, I want to put you on the spot for this one.
Okay.
You just met me today. If you had to give me a nickname in the moment, give me a nickname.
Oh. I am not going to spot like this. Oh man. The interview man.
The interview man. All right. Okay.
That's all I got.
I'll take it. It's positive. My grandmother said, call me whatever you want to call me as long as you don't swear at me. That's what my grandma said. So with that being said, Nathaniel Castellanos, aka Nug, the center here for Alfred University as we make history with the Saxons in Media Day on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora and through Dan Tortora Broadcast Media. Thank you, sir.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate it. And thanks to your family for their service as well.
Thank you.